Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're taking a trip back to 2008,
Ooh, yeah, 2008.
the year that skinny jeans were somehow considered cool,
Right.
and a little action comedy called Pineapple Express hit the big screen.
Such a good movie.
You know, the one with the iconic strain, the wild car chases,
Oh, yeah.
and that unforgettable duo Dale and Saul. We're going to unpack why this film isn't just your average stoner comedy, but a clever blend of genres.
With some surprisingly sharp commentary woven in.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting about Pineapple Express is how it plays with your expectations right from the start. Like you think you're settling in for some lighthearted laughs,
Yeah.
and then bam, you're thrown into this grainy black and white flashback
Huh.
to 1937.
Really gets you thinking.
It's a military experiment.
Okay.
A soldier giggling uncontrollably while confessing his deepest frustrations with army life, all thanks to a little something called marijuana.
It's a scene that throws you for a loop.
Yeah.
I mean, you're expecting Seth Rogen and James Franco, and you get historical government conspiracies about weed. Exactly, and it's that unexpected twist that sets the tone for the whole film. You know, director David Gordon Green, he isn't afraid to subvert those classic stoner comedy tropes. There's this underlying darkness, a hint of paranoia that weaves its way through the entire story.
Okay, so from a top-secret military base in 1937, we jump to present-day 2007,
All right.
where we meet our main men, Dale Denton, the epitome of an anxious process server, and Saul Silver, his weed dealer with a heart of gold, albeit perpetually shrouded in a haze of smoke. You couldn't ask for a more mismatched pair.
Like the ultimate odd couple. You've got Dale, this everyman who's just trying to get by, and
Yeah.
Saul, who's basically living in a perpetual state of chill, and yet their dynamic is pure comedic gold. Reminds me of those classic buddy cop movies, but with a distinctly modern stoner twist.
Speaking of twists, it's a seemingly insignificant one that sets the whole plot in motion.
Oh, really?
Dale witnesses a murder, a dirty cop, a powerful drug lord named Ted Jones. You know, typical Tuesday stuff. But in his panic to flee the scene, he drops something crucial. A joint of that rare top-shelf Pineapple Express.
Oh, no.
Talk about ironic,
Yeah.
right? His one vice becomes the one thing that puts him directly in the crosshairs of a ruthless criminal.
It's like Chekhov's gun, but with a joint instead of pistol. That drop Pineapple Express becomes this ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
A trail leading right back to Dale and Saul. You see, Ted Jones prides himself on having exclusive access to this strain, and he's not about to let anyone smoke his stash without consequences.
And that's when the real fun begins.
Yeah.
Dale and Saul are thrust into this world of high-stakes chases, shady characters,
Yeah.
and enough close calls to make even the most seasoned action hero sweat.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Dale, a guy who probably spills his coffee every morning, suddenly having to outsmart a drug lord. It's hilarious because he's so out of his depth.
Right, and it's not just Ted Jones they have to worry about. There's Red, the volatile middleman dealer caught between a rock and a hard place. Then you throw in a whole Asian mob led by the enigmatic Chung, and suddenly the stakes get even higher.
It's like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up more chaos and absurdity with every turn.
This is where Green's directorial style really shines. He layers the action and humor. Creating this sense of escalating paranoia, it's suspenseful, but always with a wink and a nod to the audience.
Let's talk about some of those action-packed, hilarious scenes. Dale trying to have a normal dinner with his girlfriend's parents while high out of his mind. Then there's that chaotic car chase with Brazier, the corrupt cop, where everything that can go wrong does go wrong. I swear I was laughing so hard I almost choked.
Those scenes are pure comedic genius, and it's a testament to the incredible chemistry between Rogen and Franco. Their reactions, their facial expressions, their ability to make even the most ridiculous situations feel somewhat believable. It's pure magic.
So we've got our dynamic duo on the run, desperately trying to stay one step ahead of Ted Jones, the Asian mob, and basically anyone with a badge and a gun, what could possibly go wrong next?
Well, you'll have to wait for part 2 to find out. Let's just say things get a lot more intense, a lot more explosive, and yes, a lot funnier.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back now. Where were we?
Let's see.
Ah, yes, Dale and Saul.
Yeah.
Our bumbling heroes neck deep in a world of drug lords, crooked cops, and a whole lot of Pineapple Express. Remember Red?
Oh, yeah. Red.
The dealer caught in the middle of all this. Well, let's just say his fate takes a rather unexpected turn.
Yeah, about Red, you'd think a guy who gets shot twice would be out of the picture.
Ah.
But this is Pineapple Express, where logic takes a backseat to pure entertainment.
Exactly. You see him get shot, bleeding out in the woods. It's brutal. It's intense.
Oh, man.
And then like a weed-fueled phoenix, he rises from the ashes.
It's a miracle.
It's a moment that perfectly captures the film's darkly comedic tone.
It's so over the top, yet you can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Green does a brilliant job of balancing those intense, action-packed moments with these absurd, almost slapstick comedic beats.
And let's not forget the setting we're introduced to this abandoned military base, a relic of the very experiment we saw at the beginning of the film.
Oh, wow.
It's a visual reminder of the government's long-standing involvement in the world of drugs, this hidden history lurking beneath the surface of the story.
It's like those conspiracy theories Dale rambles about suddenly become very real.
Very dangerous. And speaking of danger, things escalate quickly when Saul gets captured by Ted Jones's goons.
Oh, no.
It's like watching a puppy get snatched by a pack of wolves.
And what does Dale do? He steps up. This anxious, seemingly average guy decides to risk everything to save his friend.
That's true friendship right there.
It's a classic hero's journey, but with a bong instead of a sword.
And who does he team up with? None other than Red, the guy who was literally left for dead. Talk about unlikely alliances. It's like watching a buddy cop movie where both cops are high out of their minds. Their rescue mission takes them to Ted Jones's heavily guarded compound, a barn in the middle of nowhere. That becomes the stage for one of the most chaotic, hilarious, and surprisingly well-choreographed action sequences in cinematic history.
This is where the film goes. Full-blown action spectacle.
Yeah.
You've got the Asian mob, led by Chung, launching an all-out assault on Ted's forces, bullets, flying explosions, rocking the barn. And amidst all this mayhem, Dale and Red are trying to find Saul.
It's a testament to Green's skill as a director that he's able to make this scene so visually stunning. While keeping the comedic timing sharp, you're laughing 1 minute, gasping the next.
One moment that really stands out for me is Saul's confrontation with Brazier. It's not just a fight, it's a showdown between two characters who represent different sides of the law. Both corrupted by their own vices. You see the desperation in Saul's eyes, the rage in Brazier's face. It's intense.
Absolutely. And then you have Dale facing off against Ted Jones himself. This is where Dale's transformation from anxious stoner to unlikely hero is complete.
Yeah.
He's not fighting for his own survival, he's fighting for his friend.
The tension in that scene is palpable. And just when you think things can't get any crazier, there's another twist. Matheson Ted's seemingly loyal right-hand man turns on everyone, creating even more chaos. It's like a game of chess where all the pieces suddenly decide to move on their own.
Matheson's betrayal highlights the film's theme of paranoia. You can't trust anyone, even the people closest to you. And in this world of drugs and violence, alliances shift as quickly as the smoke from a Pineapple Express joint.
And amidst all this chaos, Red emerges as the unexpected hero. Remember that scene where he drives his beat-up car straight through the barn, taking out Matheson and saving Saul in the process? It's a moment of pure cinematic brilliance.
It's a scene that stays with you long after the credits roll, the slow motion shot of the car bursting through the wall. The flames engulfing everything in their path. It's both tragic and hilarious, a perfect encapsulation of Pineapple Express's unique blend of genres.
But of course, Red's heroic act comes at a price. He gets shot again, adding to his already impressive collection of bullet wounds. But hey, at least he gets to deliver one of the best lines in the film before collapsing.
What is it?
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos.
Classic Red. And in a fittingly explosive climax, the barn goes up in flames, taking Ted Jones and Brazier with it. It's a fiery end for two characters who represent the darkest side of this world.
But what about our heroes? Did they make it out alive?
You'll have to wait for part 3 to find out. Let's just say their adventure isn't over yet.
Don't worry, we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and I am still reeling from that explosive barn showdown.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, who knew a stoner comedy could pull off action sequences like that?
It's a testament to the film's commitment to defying expectations. You think you're getting one thing, and suddenly you're thrown into this whirlwind of adrenaline-fueled mayhem.
So let's talk about the aftermath.
Okay.
The barn is a smoldering ruin. Ted Jones and Brazier are toast. And our heroes, well, they're not exactly unscathed.
We see Dale carrying Saul out of the inferno, both of them battered, bruised, and probably still incredibly high.
And trailing behind them, wounded but miraculously alive,
Yeah.
is Red.
Yeah, what a trooper.
It's a powerful image, isn't it? This unlikely trio, bonded by shared trauma, weed smoke, and a whole lot of bullets.
It speaks to the film's underlying theme of friendship. Despite their differences, these guys have each other's backs no matter how crazy things get.
And even though they've just escaped a near-death experience, their adventure isn't quite over.
Right.
Remember that scene at the diner?
Ah, yes, the breakfast scene. It's like a surreal epilogue, a moment of calm after the storm.
Yeah.
They're sitting there sharing a meal, recounting their ordeal. Like it was just a wild night out.
It's almost jarring how quickly they seem to bounce back. But then again, that's kind of the point, isn't it?
I think so.
Pineapple Express is a film that embraces absurdity, that finds humor in the darkest of situations.
And just when you think they're finally safe, Saul's grandmother shows up. It's a reminder that even in this chaotic world, there's still a sense of normalcy of family.
And she doesn't even bat an eye at their injuries, just bundles them into her car and takes them to the hospital. It's a hilarious and heartwarming end to their wild ride.
Speaking of wild rides, let's talk about the performances.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen as Dale is simply brilliant.
He's so good.
He captures that blend of anxiety and determination perfectly. You're rooting for him every step of the way, even when he's making terrible decisions.
And James Franco is Saul. He elevates what could have been a one-dimensional stoner character into something much more complex. There's a vulnerability beneath that carefree exterior, a genuine affection for Dale that shines through in every scene.
And let's not forget Danny McBride is Red.
Oh man, he's great.
He steals every scene he's in with his over-the-top personality. And those unforgettable one-liners, you just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos. I mean, come on, it's pure comedic gold.
It's a testament to the entire cast that they're able to make these outlandish characters feel so relatable, so human. You laugh with them, you fear for them, you ultimately cheer for them.
And we can't talk about Pineapple Express without mentioning its cultural impact.
It's true.
It's become a cult classic spawning countless memes, catchphrases, and even a real-life strain of marijuana named after the film.
I mean, who hasn't quoted, "I'm trying to be a good person, but it's like the universe is conspiring against me," at some point in their lives?
Those lines are so quotable because they tap into something universal, that feeling of being overwhelmed by the chaos of life.
Yeah.
And Pineapple Express remind us that sometimes the best way to deal with that chaos is to laugh at it.
So what's the final verdict? Is Pineapple Express just a silly stoner comedy? Or is there something more to it?
I think it's safe to say it's both.
Okay.
It's a film that embraces its absurdity, while also offering subtle commentary on society's obsession with drugs, the hypocrisy of the war on drugs, and the enduring power of friendship.
It's a film that makes you laugh,
Yeah.
makes you think, and makes you want to hang out with your friends, maybe even share a joint or two. But hey, we don't endorse any illegal activities.
Of course not.
Just pure, unadulterated entertainment.
Exactly. And on that note, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What were your favorite moments from Pineapple Express? Did you connect with the characters? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Fire up your streaming service of choice. Grab some snacks and get ready for a wild ride. Just don't blame us if you find yourself craving pineapple afterward.
And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of film. Until next time, keep watching and keep those conversations going.